Hi my dear students, so welcome back to Vista Study Visit. So today we are moving on with the new lesson of your subject English Grammar. That is the third unit of your English Grammar, Gerund and Present Participle. Gerund and Present Participle. So we know that the verbs, yes, verb, the action word, the word whichever that shows the action is called as verb. We all know that. Okay, so coming to the forms of verb. Here are the forms of verb. We categorize verbs into four forms. V1, V2, V3, V4. Okay, V1 comes from the base form of the verb. V1 comes from the base form of the verb. Base in the sense the beginning letters or the root verbs what we call are called as V1. For example, sit, write, read, etc. Okay, these all are the examples for V1. V2, past form of the verb. Past form of the verb is called as V2. For example, in past form, sit becomes sat, write becomes wrote, okay, and read becomes read. The spelling will be same, but the pronunciation will be in past. Okay, coming to the V3 form. What is V3 form? V3 is the past participle form. V3 is the past participle form. So now whenever we are using the past participle form, the work has already been started in past and ended in past. Okay, so this comes sit, sat, sit, write, wrote, written, okay, read, read, read. These words are called as V3 verbs. Okay, V3 form of the verbs. So what is V4? V4 belongs to ing. V1 plus ing. Okay, in the sense sit becomes sitting, write becomes writing, and read becomes reading. Okay, these are the main four forms of verbs, in which today we are going to learn about V4, V1 plus ing, that is gerund and present participle. How to use ing in the form of gerund and present participle. Okay, shall we start our class? I hope you have cleared this one completely. Okay, no doubts here. So let us move on for gerund and participle and the usage of ing. Okay. So see here children, first let us move on to the definition of gerund and present participle. So first is the gerund. Gerund, it can have the force of a noun as well as the force of verb. See here, the force of noun as well as the force of verb. Then it is known as gerund. For example, swimming is a good sport. Swimming is also a noun and also a verb. So, whenever we have to identify the gerund, there should not be another verb in the sentence. Okay, both noun and the verb should be same. Okay, both noun and the verb should be same in the gerund. Means one word will work as both noun and the verb. In the other case, see here, the present participle, it can have the force of adjective and as well as verb. Okay, in present participle, the word should be having the force of adjective, not noun and verb. See here. Then it is known as present participle. There is a burning house. You can observe the burning here. Yes, this is adjective with verb. Noun is different. Noun is different here. Noun, house is the noun here. So burning acts as adjective plus verb. Here swimming act as noun plus verb. Okay, my dear students, this is the definition of gerund participle. What does it mean? In one sentence, the single word should perform both the works, noun and verb. So that is gerund, and if it acts as a adjective with the verb, then it is present participle. Okay, I hope you have cleared with this. Okay, now I will give few more examples to study how to identify gerund and present participle. Okay, my dear students, coming to the examples of gerund and participle. So see here, swimming is good sport. He is fond of swimming. In both the cases we are using swimming. As I said in the definition, gerund can be used in both the sense, noun and verb. Okay, so whenever we are thinking about the gerund, first we have to identify the ing form. Okay, the ing form of the verb, and then we have to identify noun and verb. Either it is gerund or present participle. See here, when swimming comes, here swimming is the name of the sport also, and it is the activity also, verb also. Okay, so here swimming works as both noun and verb. This approves the condition. Okay, swimming is the good sport. Here it is the gerund. Okay, he is fond of swimming. Fond means madness. Okay, here it is madness, and here it is noun plus verb. Both the sport and the movement or the verb. It is swimming. Smoking is harmful for health. Smoking. Okay, smoking is a name of action and it is a noun. Okay, both it is. It is a verb and as well as it is a noun. So, smoking here acts as a gerund. You should give up smoking. Okay, you should give up smoking. Here give already there, it is verb. So, smoking works as noun. Okay, whenever already a verb is present in the statement, then automatically ing words will work as the noun. I hope this is cleared. Now coming to the present participle part. See here, present participle. In present participle, noun will be already present. Okay, house, story, lady, train. These all are already present. So, what is the rule of participle? As I said you before, adjective plus verb. It will be adjective plus verb. So, a burning house. Burning is adjective. Yes, it shows what is the house. It is burning. Yes, it qualifies the noun. Adjective qualifies the noun as well as it is working as verb. Then it is called as the present participle. When a verb is showing or qualifying the noun, then it is called as present participle. Adjective with the verb. Okay, it acts both. Like in gerund, the main verb acts as noun. Here it acts as adjective and verb both. Okay, because the root verb is burn. Okay, the first form of verb is burn. Today we are learning about ing, two major functions of ing, that is gerund and present participle. Okay, coming to second one, interesting story. Interest is the root verb ing. So, interesting is adjective as well as verb. Okay, noun is already given. What is interesting? Story is interesting. Okay, now coming here. Working. Work is the root verb, added ing to it. Lady is the noun. Lady is the noun here. So, it acts as a present participle. Okay, a running train, running. Okay, so here adjective with verb. It acts, running acts as a adjective along with the verb. So there is a very simple rule. When there is no noun in the sentences and the main verb acts as both noun and verb, then it is gerund. And when there is no adjective or noun is already present in the sentence, then the main verb acts as adjective and verb. This is the very simple rule. Okay, my dear students, I hope you have understood this one. Coming to the another function of gerund, that is noun. Gerund is a noun, we already know that. Therefore, the noun or a pronoun coming before the gerund must be in the possessive case. Coming before it in the sense gerund here. Okay, whenever we are using nouns or pronouns or the gerunds, the words which comes before the gerund must be in the possessive case. We call them possessive or personal pronouns. For example, you can see here, do you mind my smoking here? Okay, do you mind me smoking here? See, both the sentences are same. What is the difference? Me and my. Okay, so which one is the right one? This one is the right one. My is in possessive case. Okay, my is in possessive case. This is wrong. Okay, my dear students, here, do you mind me smoking here is wrong. Me is not the possessive case. It is the objective case. Me is the objective case. So we have to use the possessive case before the gerund. Smoking. Here also smoking. But me is wrong. My is correct. See here. In both the sentences, smoking is gerund. In the sense, it is noun. So before smoking, we have to use possessive cases like my, our, okay, and him, his, her. These words we have to use. Okay, I will give few more examples for you. He stopped my, not me, coming here. See here, he stopped my coming here, me coming here, not coming here. You have to change it. You have to change among these three. Which one is the right one? Okay, he stopped my coming here is the right one. We have to cancel both of this. Okay, second one. A man's future depends on his working hard. Him not working hard, him working hard. Yes, which one is the right one? A man's future depends on his working hard. His is the right one. We should not use these both. Okay. I have no faith in his, not him, keeping his promise. Here, his is already mentioned. Okay. I have no faith in him. In this case, him is the right and this is wrong. Okay, we have to write him. I have no faith in him keeping his promise. Okay, here him is the right one. We heard of their, not them, passing the exam. We here it is a plural form. We here it is a plural form. So, what we are doing here, there is a objective case. So, them is the possessive case. Okay, there is the objective case. So, it is wrong. Them is right. We heard of them passing their exams. This is the proper usage of gerund or ing. Okay, as noun. Whenever we are using noun, there should be possessive case with them. So, keep this rule in your mind. Okay, my dear students, I hope this lesson is clear, having no doubts at all. Fine?
So, you will get the notes PDF file. Okay, wait for the notes, children, and complete it properly.